The European Central Bank just met, and Christine Lagarde, the convicted criminal that runs that bank, was given an address. And she was talking about this new digital payment. Talking about designing the digital public money, she said, quote, issuing a digital euro would indeed safeguard people's confidence. So people don't have confidence in a paper euro, but if it's digital, then people would have confidence in it. What changes fundamentally? Now, if I have a physical piece of paper, a euro or a dollar or whatever, in my hand, I know I have it. There's no counterparty risk. If I put it into the bank, there's risk. That bank may not give that money back to me. They may go insolvent. There's counterparty risk. If I have it in my hand, then I have confidence I have it. It's under my mattress, right? But if they issue a digital euro, then it would safeguard my confidence? No, it would actually take away my confidence more. She said, okay, so here's the part I really want to get to, privacy. So she said, the co-legislators, the lawmakers, must define the balance between competing public objectives in the policy areas. So the two aspects that they want to compete are, one is privacy. So let's talk about privacy first. So she says the first one is privacy. In our public consultation, so the European Central Bank, just like the Federal Reserve in the United States did as well, they opened it up for public comment. Let's see what the public have to say, which, of course, they say that we're in a democracy. We're not. We're in a republic. But either way, it's they should listen to us. The government works for the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. So, of course, they should care what we have to say. So they open it up for comment. What do the people say? So that's what she's saying. In our public consultation, when we asked for stuff, 43% of respondents, almost half, ranked privacy as the most important aspect of the digital euro, well ahead of any other feature. So it's clear that that we want the digital euro to be attractive. If we want it to be attractive, it needs to be designed in a way that meets people's privacy expectations. That's what she says. Almost half of the people surveyed say it's the most important thing, way above anything else. So if we want it to be attractive, it has to have that thing. But, here's the but. There's always a but. But, I'm quoting her, but full anonymity, such as offered by cash, does not appear a viable option, in my opinion. What do we care about your opinion? You're a convicted criminal anyway. It doesn't appear a viable option, in my opinion. It would contravene other public policy objectives. So it would contradict. It would go against other public policy objectives. Not what the public wants. Never mind. The public want privacy. But it would go against other public objectives, meaning what we want to do to the people. That's what she's saying. Such as ensuring compliance with anti-money laundering rules and combating the financing of terrorism. Because, you know, your $600 is going to fund terrorism. Never mind the $4 billion that we sent to terrorist nations. Never mind the weapons that we left in Afghanistan. Never mind all the weapons that were sent to Ukraine and going to who knows where. Never mind that. Your $600, though, we better know where that's going by. Because, I mean, shoot, you could be, laundering money and funding terrorism with that. How dare you? Only we're allowed to do that. We're the monopoly on that, right? So listen to what she's saying. Although they told us it's the most important thing by going away. This is what the big thing want. It's just not really, it contradicts what we want. So she says it would contravene other public objectives such as ensuring compliance with anti-money laundering rules and combating the financing of terrorism. And it would also make it virtually impossible to limit the use of digital euro as a form of investment. So it would make it virtually impossible to limit the use. Listen to what she said. Remember what Augustine Carson from the BI said. It would give us total control. So she says that if we did this, if we gave the people what they wanted with the digital euro, the CBDC, it would make it virtually impossible to limit the use. They don't want you to use your money as you see fit. I mean, yeah, it's your money, and yeah, you sacrificed and gave up your life energy to get that money, but it's not really yours. It's not yours to use as we want. We have to be able to limit the use. That's what she says. Think about these words that they're saying. It would make it virtually impossible to limit the use. Yes, that's the point. My money is my money. I should be able to use it as I see fit. What else? Okay, the next part. the legal tender status part. The second aspect is the legal tender status. Although an acceptance obligation has to be weighed against principles such as contractual freedom and competition, so meaning that, we should have the freedom to use it as we want, we should bear in mind that it is a constitutional feature of cash as central bank money to be legal tender. Now, why does it have to be legal tender money? Now, I can't speak about every other country, but in the United States, it's still a free country. We are the land of the free. We don't need the government to tell us what we can accept as forms of payment. If I want to come over to your house and build a fence for you in exchange for a good or service that you want to give to me, that's my labor. I can give you my labor. If I want to trade you this iPhone that I have in my hand, you can accept this iPhone as your payment. If I want to send you Bitcoin, then you can accept Bitcoin as your payment. We don't need the government to tell us what we can accept as payment or in exchange, I should say, for goods and services. It can be my labor. It can be another product I have. We don't need it to be legal tender. And that's a big problem that I have with all these people that say we need regulations in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. No, we don't. We don't need it. We don't need the government to tell us what we can do. And again, I'm speaking on behalf of the United States. The government does not give us permission to do anything because we're a free country. The government only takes away our rights. Now, this is an important point. At the week of these midterm elections, everyone's going to vote. The first thing my dad told me when I turned 18 is, remember, every law you go to vote for, whether good or bad, is less freedom. So we're a free country. We're free to do things. The government tells us what we can't do, like you can't kill somebody. You can't rob somebody. Okay, those laws restrict our freedom, and they should be, all right? But we don't ask for permission. We don't ask for laws that tell us what to do. So we don't need that. But she said a side effect of a legal tender status may be that it facilitates network effects, allowing citizens to have the option to, quote unquote, pay anywhere and easily access the digital euro. That would be a problem. We don't want that. We want to control it. We want to make sure it's only used in our country. They said that the digital euro may have transaction limits and store of value caps. Exact limits are not set in stone, but Panetta mentioned a 3,000 euro store of value limit. So you can't store more than 3,000 euros. That's hoarding. You can't hoard the money. You got to spend your money. How dare you save? Let us take that. They want to put a 3,000 euro limit and 1,000 transaction monthly limit. A 1,000 transaction monthly limit. Because there will be risks that people could use these possibilities to move money, and we can't control that. This is what's coming. This is what central bank digital currencies are. Understand what this is, so when you hear it being talked about, you know what's happening. Talk about these ideas with your friends and family to educate them as well.